He is known as the Oracle of Omaha, Warren Buffett. He turns 95 tomorrow. It will be his last birthday as CEO of Berkshire Hathaway. Buffett famously transformed a modest textile manufacturer into one of the most valuable corporations in the world. So what will his legacy be? Let's ask Robert Gill, portfolio manager, Fairbank Investment Management. Thanks for joining us today.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
What do you think has made Warren Buffett more of a household name?
Yeah, well, so I'm speaking to the article that I wrote in the Globe and Mail just earlier this week, and it was back in 1956, at the young age of 25, that Buffett started investing professionally. And meanwhile, the investment industry has really evolved from very humble beginnings to become a large and complicated industry, boosted by the advent of quant funds, complex algorithms, and exotic new products such as cryptocurrencies and NFTs. So this really begs the question, with so much change occurring, not just in the world, but also in the investment industry over the last 7 years, how can Warren Buffett remain relevant? And so there's a number of different things. So first of all, I'd point to his leadership of Berkshire Hathaway. So as chairman and CEO of Berkshire Hathaway, Warren Buffett's stewardship of this massive holding company, it's really turned a small and humble Massachusetts-based textile manufacturer into one of the most valuable corporations in the world. Buffett's built a diversified conglomerate that encompasses a broad range of industries spanning from insurance and energy to retail and manufacturing. So in fact, last year, as Buffett celebrated his 94th birthday, Berkshire's market cap reached $1 trillion for the very first time. And this made it the first non-tech company to achieve that level of success. It's not only the largest investment holding company in the world, but it's also the 10th largest company in the world by market cap. And so under Buffett's leadership, the stock price has grown exponentially, demonstrating the effectiveness of his approach to capital allocation. And even as his age becomes a bit of a topic for discussion, the leadership structure at Berkshire Hathaway has been carefully designed to ensure a seamless continuity. And so Buffett's expressed confidence in his successors. And in fact, Canadian Greg Abel will take over as CEO at the end of the year as Buffett steps down. And meanwhile, Buffett continues to delegate responsibilities, ensuring the company will be on course even after he steps down as CEO at the end of the year.
Okay, so sorry to interrupt, but I do want to ask you, because you talked about how long he's been investing and growing that company. How would you say his investment philosophy has changed over that time?
Yeah, that's a good question. So I'd like to pivot and maybe talk about nature for a little bit here. So in nature, species that can't adapt to changes in their environment, such as climate change or habitat loss, they may eventually face extinction. The Darwinian concept of adapt or die really highlights the importance of flexibility and innovation in the face of new challenges. And so it underscores that clinging to outdated practices or failing to recognize new realities, this can lead to stagnation or, worse, outright failure. Well, Warren has proven his ability to adapt. And so during his lengthy investment career, Buffett's witnessed a plethora of changes, meme stocks, cryptocurrencies, AI-driven algorithms. That's just to name a few of them. But nevertheless, his philosophy of patience, caution, and long-term thinking, well, that really continues to generate wealth, and that makes him relevant. I'd also like to talk about technology. And so he has an ability to adapt throughout time and circumstances. And this is really this is evident in his strategic investments in the tech sector. So take a look at Berkshire's stake in Apple, for example. So while he once avoided tech stocks, stating they're outside of a circle of competence, more recently, he's really embraced them. And so he's recognized the importance of technological innovation to productivity and society. And he's incorporated technology to a greater degree in his portfolio.
So what do you think changed? What do you think changed his mind about technology?
Well, he obviously studied Google, Alphabet, Apple, various technology companies over many periods of time, rolled up his sleeves, did some deep research, and he really understood the ability of those companies to earn a very impressive return on capital, far above their weighted average cost of capital.
Could you also, could you also tell me about his philanthropy?
Absolutely, yeah. So, I mean, what's more important, his ability to generate unimaginable wealth, or the fact that the decision to decide to give all of that wealth away, right? So, arguably, his ability to decide to give away all of his wealth, or a huge majority of his wealth, makes him extremely relevant. So 20 years ago, back in 2006, Buffett pledged to give away the vast majority of his wealth to charity, and that was predominantly through the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. And so this focus on giving back, not just for him, but also calling for other billionaires to join the Giving Pledge. This really made him a respected figure in both the business and the philanthropic communities. And so this means that when we study him many decades from now, his legacy will not just be that of a very talented and passionate investor, but also someone who committed himself to try to make the world a better place. And so in my perspective, that's both incredibly relevant and it's timeless.
All right, Robert Gill, I'm going to leave it there with you. So thanks for joining us. Robert's portfolio manager, Fairbank Investment Management.